Hey, Freedom Team. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm going to wait just a couple minutes for you guys to pop on. I did just get home from the gym, so you'll have to bear with. Although, listen, I should probably just stop apologizing for the gym look because I tend to have it 90% of the time. So maybe you should just expect it from me. What do you think? But I'm super duper excited to talk to you. Just got off of a coaching call with one of my girls and was talking about some takeaways and some thoughts that I have had from a conversation with one of her girls. So first of all, Brittany, hey, are we in Freedom Team? Tell me that I'm in the right spot. I see Brittany Brock commenting. Are we in the right spot, Britt? Let's make sure that I'm actually where I'm supposed to be before I just let you guys hear my heart. I am learning that some of, Brittany, I'm not in Freedom Team. Where am I at? Yes, I am. Okay. All right. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Here is what I am learning. Over the last couple of days, I have had, hey, Amber, I've had several people say, Christina, it feels really hard to get people to do this opportunity with me. I've heard phrases like, I feel like I'm a hamster on a wheel, or I just don't know what to do to keep going. I don't know why people won't work this business with me. I just don't understand. And so I have some really good go-to questions that I ask people. Number one, when it comes to sharing the opportunity with people, how many times are you willing to follow up? And they'll say, oh, I follow up. And I'm like, great. How many times? You guys, the products, we are okay with knowing that it takes most people 8 to 12 exposures in order to make a buying decision. That's in any market for anything. It's why you see the same advertisement over and over and over. How many times have you seen the same Chevrolet truck commercial? It's because they know it takes multiple exposures before you're ready to make a buying decision. Well, guess what? Same thing applies for the opportunity. Sometimes even more exposures. Why? Well, buying a product feels pretty much risk-free, right? You're going to invest a little bit of money, but pretty risk-free. Embarking on an opportunity with someone feels scary. There's a lot at stake in people's mind about doing this. If you're unwilling to follow up to handle those limiting beliefs, why would they trust you to go on this journey with them? Think about it this way. People will say, well, I'll follow up 3 times or 4 times, but I have never followed up more than 5. If they wanted to do it, they would have done it before the 5th time. Okay, well, let me handle that now. Wrong. Brittany followed up with me for an entire year after I was already on the products. She followed up after I ignored her multiple times. She followed up after I told her no multiple times. She followed up after, she just was relentless in following up. Not because she needed me, but because she needed me to see the potential I had within me. So here's what I hear when you say, it's just too hard to follow up. It would be equivalent of me saying, I have a friend who lives in Orlando. Okay? I'm going to go see her. But then I get to the Florida-Georgia line and I turn around. I already drove 3 hours. I drove and then I got tired of driving and I drove a little more. But then I got to the Florida line and I turned back around. Now all of a sudden I'm exhausted by going to try to see my friend in Florida. Bro, the same thing that got you to the Florida line, if you would have just been willing to do more of it, you would have eventually gotten to Orlando. You quit. You just didn't see the process through. It's not like at the Florida line, you need a different kind of car. It's not like at the Florida line, you need an airplane. What took you to the Florida line would have taken you all the way to Orlando if you were simply willing to continue driving. The work didn't get harder to push the accelerator. It didn't get harder. Your willingness got less. And you quit the process. You quit the process and you went home. But yet you're telling yourself that was too hard for me to do. You're telling yourself this work is too much. I'm a hamster in a wheel. No, sister, you're a driver in a car. You know where you're going. You knew it was going to take 6 hours. Therefore, at the end of 3 hours, I can't say this is longer than I thought it should be. Someone told you it's going to take 6 hours to go to Orlando. Accept that and go to Orlando, or tell yourself the true story of it's just not worth it for me to be in Orlando. We've got to quit this false story of the reason I didn't do it is because it was hard. No, honey, the reason you didn't do it is because you decided not to do it. But I'm telling you, if you continue driving past the Florida line, you're going to get to Orlando and it's going to be fun. You know what's in Orlando? Mickey Mouse. And I love Mickey Mouse. You know what's going to happen if you drive past the 5th follow-up about the opportunity? The 6th, the 7th, you pass another mile marker. Guess what's going to happen? Someone is going to think, this girl really does believe in me. Not only does she believe in me, but she believes in herself to get me there. I'm actually going to give her a listen. Because what they're waiting for is for you to jump off the bandwagon. They're waiting for you to walk away from opportunities like all the other people that they know have done. And it takes 8, 9, 10, 11 exposures before they're even willing to take you seriously. So if you're not willing to cross the line of the 6th follow-up, the 7th follow-up, the 8th follow-up in a way that says, hey, I see you and your potential, and here's why I'm coming to you in love, telling you why you need to do what I'm doing. If you're not willing to do those, don't bother with the first 5. You're wasting your time. Don't bother driving to the Georgia-Florida line if you're not going to be willing to cross it to actually end up in Orlando. You'd be wasting your time. I feel very, very strongly about this. I think, and listen, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and how-tos this coming Monday. I'm doing the Monday night call, and it's going to be about, here's 10 different ways you can follow up. Here's what you should say when they say this. Here's how to overcome their objections. But guys, it starts with your willingness to do the hard things. Accept the length of the drive before you get in the car. Just know it's part of the process. Be okay with it. You're okay with it when you reach out to someone about Plexus, the products. You're okay with inviting them to event after event. You're okay with sending them a sample. You're okay with asking their objections. You're okay with it when it comes to the products, and yet buying product feels simple. Asking someone to embark on an opportunity feels heavy. Be willing to do more for those people. That's what's going to get you across that line. And don't you want to be across the line? Here's the thing. If you want to be not a hamster in a wheel, get out of the wheel and just do the process. Trust the process. I hope that is helpful. So stop telling yourself, I can't find people to work the opportunity with me, and start telling the truth. I'm unwilling to do what it takes to inspire people to work the opportunity. And if you don't like the way that feels rolling out of your mouth, change it. Change it today. You can change it. Reach out in love, remind them the potential that you see in them, and then just say, listen, is the timing better now? What do you think is holding you back? If you could overcome that, would you be open? What if I could help you with that? What if there's someone else who's been where you are and they overcame? What if I showed you that, friend? Would you be open then? Guys, listen, people will say, well, I just didn't know what to say, so I just didn't bother to follow up. I didn't know what to do or what would work. You know what doesn't work? Doing nothing. It's like saying, well, I didn't know how to get to Orlando, so I parked the car and got out of it. Okay, well, you picked the one thing you knew would get you nowhere. The one thing. You knew stopping the car was going to get you nowhere. Stopping the follow-up also gonna get you nowhere. Do something else. Anything else besides stop the car. Brittany, yes, I am gonna kill y'all. Sure am. Okay, that's all my wisdom I have for today. To save the rest for Monday. But guys, start telling yourself the truth. It's not too hard. It's not too hard. You've just been too unwilling. So change it. Act right. Okay, bye. See ya. I do love y'all. I do love y'all. I just need you to tell yourself the truth so that I don't have to be the one to tell you the truth all the time. Tell yourself the truth. Okay, bye.